top story we are having now. Chinese President Xi Jinping will meet with U.S. President Joe Biden via video link on Tuesday, Beijing time. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says the two presidents will exchange views on ties and issues of mutual concern. The summit gives an opportunity for both leaders to try to cooperate on global issues. CGTN's Nathan King has more from Washington.
While running for president, Joe Biden said he'd met President Xi many times and knew him well. But after 10 months in office, the two leaders of the world's two biggest economies have had just 2 phone calls. While politically opposite to the Trump administration, the Biden White House has largely continued hostile policies against China, from keeping in place trade tariffs to building military and diplomatic alliances in the Asia-Pacific region that Beijing says are designed to contain China. The first meeting between Chinese and US top diplomats in Alaska this March was rancorous. Washington openly critical of China over Hong Kong, Xinjiang and Taiwan, China accusing the US of violating China's sovereignty. The Biden administration has also pushed, with limited success, allies in Europe to sideline China and Chinese companies in supply chains, technology and trade, and to pressure Beijing on human rights too. The revival of the so-called Quad grouping of India, Japan, Australia and the US, with the first ever Leaders Summit held at the White House in September, also helped to raise tensions.
Well, good morning from Australia.
And in the same month, a new security pact with Australia and the UK, known as AUKUS, and it plans to deliver nuclear submarines to Canberra and cooperate on military technology going forward. And tensions over Taiwan have also escalated. The US has deployed military trainers to the island. Beijing and the US and its allies have increased military activity in the Taiwan Strait. The US adherence to the One China policy was also called into question after President Biden indicated a possible security guarantee for Taipei. That has since been walked back.
I've spoken with Xi about Taiwan. We agree we'll abide by the Taiwan agreement. That's where we are. And we made it clear that I don't think he should be doing anything other than abiding by the agreement.
But amid the tension, some signs of a diplomatic thaw. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi met recently with US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan for 6 hours of talks in Switzerland. China and the US also released a surprise statement of cooperation on climate change at the COP26 meetings in Glasgow. And the release of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou from Canadian custody also helped ease tensions somewhat. The US has also renewed its presence at the ASEAN, East Asian and APEC summits, but has not joined any of the regional trade pacts that are helping drive the Asia-Pacific's economic recovery. While this meeting or summit success is far from guaranteed, it comes potentially at an auspicious time after the climate talks in Glasgow, Scotland, and also the intense Asian diplomacy about the economic recovery. Also, just hot on the heels of the 6th plenum of the 19th Party Congress in China, which charts China's development future. Now, while both countries agree that they can compete vigorously against each other, they and the world knows that the planet is better off where the two biggest economies and powers in the world cooperate. Nathan King, CGTN, at the White House.
Ahead of the talks between Xi and Biden, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held a phone call, and Wang Yi said the two presidents play a key role in steering the rudder in China-U.S. relations. He said the two sides should make full preparations for a smooth and successful meeting. He also expressed hope that this meeting could push relations back to the right track. Blinken said the U.S. looks forward to sharing its views with China in the spirit of mutual respect. Wang also reiterated China's position on the Taiwan issue, saying history and reality have proven that Taiwan independence is the greatest threat to peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. He urged the U.S. to abide by the 3 Sino-U.S. joint communiques and fully implement the One China principle.